fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Whoa! I'm big! In your face! Look how exciting this is! I'm all here! Has this ever happened to you where like you were watching something and that advertisement for that game made you go, that looks freaking cool. I want to play that. It looks amazing. Anybody ever seen those ads for Star Trek Fleet Command? I felt the same way. And then you get to the game and it looks nothing like that at all. Yeah, disappointing. Almost as disappointing as a massive ginger on your screen yelling at you. So we're going to transition on down. What I want to talk about today is it's a mix of like a generic complaint video about gaming as an industry right now, and then also talking about some of the things that Star Trek Fleet Command has been putting out. We had just talked about recently, like some conjecture of could they be adding ships to the game based on what we saw in our research tree, which, as many of you appropriately pointed out, if you actually click on the research tree, one I didn't even mention in the video is that the Starships tree itself looks like it has the NX-01 on the front of it, as well as all the ships you see in the background right here. So yeah, all that's cool and all that's important. But recently, if you've been paying attention to social media, and I understand if you haven't, because social media can be quite awful / toxic / don't get on it. It's just bad for your mental health. But if you are on social media and you have noticed some of the things that Star Trek Fleet Command has been putting out, you've been noticing a couple of videos. One that got released today that we're going to mention, and then also a couple that have been out, here and there. First one we're going to run is this one right. You know what? We're going to run the one that came out a few weeks ago. It's real short, but right here. This shows just warping in, and what they'll do is Scopely will put like these silly captions on it, or like, oh, when my friends got Romulan ale and invites us over, and here we're flying to a space station. But more importantly, what this shows to me is, multiple ships going to a space station in terms of like as an attack or something. Should be noted that for whatever reason, the shield is up on that station, but it's only in the dome part. Apparently, if the docks get blown up, no big deal. Just shield the dome. That's all we need to worry about. And this is an example of one of the things that they'll post. Now, when I talked about, there being a complaint element to this, my generic complaint for all gaming is that why do games keep making these advertisements for all of our friends over in the UK, like aluminium advertisements, pronounce every syllable. Why do they make it to where the things that you're showing just don't ever show up in the game? We never see that type of graphic show up. We never have that nice little battle interlude and then, this video format come out and show us the action happening. It's a little 6-second spin in a circle and shoot a different projectile that we spent $100 to unlock. So I really don't like when games do that. And it's like every mobile game seems to. And speaking of, maybe this, another prime example. Now, this is one that just came out today. This is a brand new one. It's on their Twitter page. It's on their Facebook page. And I hate this, but I only hate it if it's not a view of something coming soon. Now, if you've ever paid attention to the ads that Star Trek Fleet Command will run and the little media things that they'll shoot, some of the stuff they show actually does come to the game. So it's important for us to take a look and be like, hey, this could be real. Let's give it a chance. An example of one of those that was real was when they had the Enterprise D and then the Enterprise going through like this weird little flight scene. That is a thing that can happen now. I mean, Enterprise A's, Enterprise D's are fighting, even though the Enterprise D clearly superior. And for those of you who don't know what the Enterprise D either is or looks like, it is a level 60 ship. So you're probably just nowhere near it at the moment, but that's okay. Comment if you have level 60s on your server with an Enterprise D. That's probably going to be the comment that happens the least. We probably have no comments in this video, like 5 comments total. But still, it is really cool. But okay, let's talk about this video. Here's what I have a problem with. One, it's showing a planetary background. There is no planetary interaction in this game. There's no ability to colonize planets. There's no ability to, invade planets, to use planets to hide in anymore because they took that away. So why there's a random Gladius in the atmosphere getting attacked by a pod of jellyfish? Is that even the appropriate word? Did jellyfish go in pods? I don't know. No. This is not the game. And that kind of goes to what I was complaining about is why do games do this? This is not gameplay footage at all. This never happens in the game. This was made in some 3D rendering. Somebody got really bored in Final Cut. Like, yo, you remember the model of that ship that we don't use anymore? Yeah, throw it into a video. And that would be the original jellyfish. So let's break it down. There's no planetary battles. That annoys me. Also, can these ships even fly in the atmosphere? Like, I realized Voyager could, but Voyager was designed for atmospheric flight and it had atmospheric thrusters. I don't think the Baby Jelly has that, or the Gladius for that matter, but hey. Next thing is, what I don't like is this shows a group of ships attacking in a, like a pod, like they're attacking as a group. And that's not something we have in the game. Now, here's the thing. If this is a premonition, because remember, we were promised PvP Armadas a long time ago. When Armadas were being designed, they were not just this PvE element that we have today. They were actually a PvP thing that was discussed, where you could maybe PvP bases or something, which would obviously be great for all players to be able to combat those big, horrifying ships. For example, you want to see a big, horrifying ship? Let me show you yesterday. Now, for those who were in the live stream on YouTube, you saw this happen. So what I'm about to show you is in no way meant as like a, darn those dang whales. I mean, Chief Hatchet, appreciate him coming by and we were doing base log testing. But here's what I mean by, well, nothing you can really do. A Vorchok comes through. I've got 6 ships, Crass to help negate Rom, which he didn't bring this time. I've got Yuki with Synergy to strip the shield. I have got 3 5 million ships, and every ship is at least 3.5 million power. And I had no shot at all of stopping that Vorchok. None. A 5-star ship is unstoppable in this game. Once you reach 5-star ships, nothing can stop them in Star Trek Fleet Command except other 5-star ships. It's honestly a big problem. There's no balance. The 4 stars can't really go against the 5 stars, and they don't have a shot. So this is kind of like a tricky situation because I've got nothing against Chief Hatchet or anything. Cool. Come blow up my station. It's cool. We were doing that. But if you want to have a level of balance and parity, then the ability to have some of the things that we're seeing in these little clip videos that they put out would be nice. Actually implement the ability for multiple players to PvP a station to break it down to make it easier for raiding. And they have focused more on raiding lately. Characters like Rom coming in, the Amalgam ship, obviously has helped bring raiding a little bit more to the forefront than what it was before. I personally am a huge fan of raiding and the PvP element. Big like in the video if you are as well. See how that interaction happens where we get you to do one of the things that make you agree so you naturally want to go click the button? Helps the channel. So that'd be fantastic. Or what if not just this video? What if, go back to this one. What if 5 ships, even if it's my own ships, what if I could combine all 5 of them to go attack a target that I normally wouldn't have a shot at? Now I understand that this particular idea in terms of coding, very difficult to make that in the game, but doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done. Nor does it mean that things like PvP Armadas shouldn't be revisited and re-explored because we haven't had an update on that idea in a very long time. It was something that was discussed at the very beginning when Armadas was still coming soon. And some of you new players out there don't even remember or know what the coming soon joke is. But to fill you in, coming soon was something that Armadas, like there were, the Armada panel is. Heck, I can show you on the screen. I don't even have to tell you. If you go into your Alliance screen, back out of here real quick, hit your Alliance tab. At the top, you'll see Armadas. Now it says join the fight. For about 2 years, it said coming soon. And obviously, nobody would equate 2 years to the word soon. So the running joke is anytime Scopely says soon, well, it's a far off thought. In fact, a previous community manager went as far as to say that soon equaled 6 months, which obviously infuriated a lot of players, understandably so. That's not soon by any means of the word. Now, understand from a working aspect, from dev and development, game design, you can't just make things happen in 6 weeks. I get that, but you don't tell people that soon is 6 months from now. I mean, that's a lot can happen in 6 months. Crypto can crash. Rest in peace, crypto. Whatever happens can happen, but it's all about what you're showing. And when you're showing this type of stuff, and I realize all games are doing this, where you're showing these amazing like short videos to make people get interested in the game, there should still be a level of truth to them. And the truth that I would like to see is expansion. The way 5 lower level players can combine to come take down a base, because the PvP mechanic does exist. And let's find a way to make it work with bases. Let's find a way to make it work with PvP. Add that level of element to the game to help bridge that gap. One of the worries and concerns for a lot of players is that the gap is widening. Things like the treasury packs and everything, making it easier and easier for spenders to just fly above the free-to-play players. And even though, and I've jokingly called free-to-play the krill, the whales have to have krill to feed on, you've still got to give them a way to fight back. You've got to give them a way to participate, because if they feel like there's no point, well then what's the point of playing the game? So these type of things, look, if you're going to post this type of stuff, Star Trek Fleet Command, please give us a way to actually have this type of stuff. Okay? That's my thoughts, and I want to know your thoughts as well. And you can provide those thoughts in the comments section down below, because they do review this. I actually had a dev send me screenshots of a couple of the comments that y'all said, and we discussed them. So that's great. Y'all are being heard, and I think we can all agree, for the most part, the past year has been a year of improvement. It ain't perfect, but it's been a year of improvement. I do have to give a real quick shout out Server 70. I joined Server 70's Discord, and they went and did this. Like, they just made a shout out to me in game. And look, I get it. My personality and the character that I have on YouTube and Twitch, I'm definitely one of those like big-headed, can be arrogant, and that's part of the character that I play. But let me just say that this is extremely humbling and touching that within 10 minutes of me joining, they got excited and made this. I can't thank y'all enough for just following the channel. Like, shout out to Server 70 for making this, but just in general, if you are watching this video, if you're following the channel, you're supporting me and my family, and a fantastic, amazing thank you for that. You know, whether you like the character that I goof off with here on, you know, making content, or the videos, the streams, just know that I appreciate you and thank you. And I appreciate Server 70 for doing stuff like this. And if I'm not in your server's Discord, I'd love to come join, help out, answer any questions, and do whatever I can to make your gameplay better. Because at the end of the day, this game, we want to last a long time because we love Star Trek, we love each other, and we need to live long and prosper. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces. That's me. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in with us. And just a reminder, Twitch, this is big. Remember, this Saturday, right after this video is coming out on a Thursday, we've got our baby shower stream. Would love you to come by. This 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then we'll be live every Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we've started to get the cat guy, DJ. He's coming on Twitch more too. So yeah, it's popping over there. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Let me know what you think of the video, and we'll catch you on the next one, because we've got tons of content coming. It never stops. It's always coming.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.